All right, welcome guys. Today is Thursday, December 27, 2018. Welcome to Daily Recap. Well, today was a pretty crazy day in Watt. There's Watt again. Here's the 750 line. Let's see if it breaks it, and it breaks it. See that? Crazy, right, guys? See how the charts work? Now it's probably going to go to $8, but we'll see. But let's take a look at what I did for Watt, okay, WATT, and how I determined that this was in fact a long and not a short. Look at that; it's decimating shorts right now, killing the shorts. It's going from line to line. So this is what happened when I woke up this morning. Should I actually have a long in the stock on the 750 break, guys? Let me just put in my order real quick here. Where should I sell this sucker? I want to sell it at 787. Okay. So when I woke up this morning, I see, whoa, Watt and Plug are both running. So these two stocks here, right? So in the beginning of the day, Watt didn't have much volume. There's hardly any volume here, pre-market. And it probably had like 90,000 shares. That's it. It was under 100,000 shares. So it was setting up, man. It was setting up. Let's take a look at what it looks like on the long-term scale. So let's put right here Watt, and we'll change this to 10 days. Okay. Making sure I have anyone want to open. Okay. What's there to say on this? This is crazy, man. Look at this stock. It's just freaking killing everybody. It's killing everybody. How did I know that this was a long? I was pretty damn sure, because in the past I played this and I got my ass kicked. Watt always ran more than I thought it ever ran. So this is where experience comes in as well. And I know that Watt is like, dude, if you wait, it always conforms to a chart. The chart just looks like wacky. It looks like there's no way it can reach that line. But it reaches it pretty much every time, man. It's just crazy. It's like super extended all the time. So let's take a look at this again. So this is what we're working with here. We came all the way back. I mean, much more can I show you this? It's just crazy, right? And so when I woke up, this is what I looked at. So this is the same process, guys. I go on every stock that I do, right? So I wake up and I see what's on my scanner. So I wake up, I see what's on my scanner. First thing I do is I look at the news and read what the heck is going on. I go to Finviz. It's the same thing for every daily recap, guys. It's the same process. It's like a golf guy, right? It's like you set up each day. You have the same process, same routine. It's robotic almost. And so this is my automatic reaction is, okay, let's see what the news is. Let's see what the filing is. Let's see what the chart is. So the first thing I look at is, well, here's the short. It's like, dude, there's a huge short float. First of all, a third of the float is shorted. Right or wrong, I mean, we don't know what it is, right? I mean, this is just an estimate that this site did. You can't really tell. You can't really tell what it is. And I mean, you can tell probably every month or whatever that DTC like gets the shares, but these numbers are all like, who knows whether it's a short or a long, right? It's just, and so, but the main thing is there's 25% institutional owned. So the float is actually a lot smaller than it is. So that's the whole thing when you look at this, right? So you don't really understand like the short float and how much is really, what's exact. You don't need to know the exact. You just need to know that, hey, it's less than what you think it is. So the 19 million is less by 24%. So I'm just doing a rough estimate. This is the worst case possible, right, guys? So 25%, so at least 3/4 of this. So divided by 4, let me see. So it's 15 million left. And the 15 million, 33% is short. So 10 million. I'm just guesstimating, right, guys? Just guesstimating. Because you don't need the exact. You just need to have. So I always say you need to paint the picture of what you're trading. Okay? And so the picture I'm painting is now, it's actually around the 10 million float. And let's take a look what the volume is now. It's 16 million. It's been rotated, man. Let's see what the news is. Announces news could be anything. And actually, like when I read this, is like fluff as hell. Okay, it did some approval for some first. I don't really give a damn. That's not the important thing, right? You know what the important thing I'm looking at is this, guys. I'm looking at this. This is what I'm looking at. This sucker has been going down every freaking day for months. Months. And this is like, dude, it gapped up big and it held big. So in the morning, what it did was this. This is what I noticed. I was like, holy crap. It gapped up and it held. Not much volume. There was not much volume at all. It's kind of like it was kind of like eerie almost. It was like there's something setting up, man. Something is setting up. And so then I'm looking at the filings next, right? I always look at the filings. A lot of people pointed this out to me. They go, oh, there's a big effective. There's an S3 shelf way back in August, like 4 months ago, way back in August, 75 million bucks. But then so I was telling Alex, I was like, dude, this sucker has been going down every day since $12. So if you take a look at 6 months ago, in August, it was like at $14, dude, 14 and 12. So they sold that son of a bitch down every day, practically every day for 4 months. They killed it from $12 to $14 to $4. So now today was the first time it popped up. People are probably thinking, oh, they have a big old effective shelf. They're going to sell into it. Well, guess what, guys? My theory, my thesis is they already sold. They're out. And so now there's no one else selling. So everyone's a bag holder right now. The only ones that are selling are bag holders. And so this is the bag holder theory. This is the gap fill bag holder theory. If something's down this much, who's left to sell? The guys are holding it from $8 to $4. They're in it for their lifetime. They're like, fuck, I'm already fucking stuck. I'm in it. Whoever wanted to be out during this 1 year period is fucking out, dude. You can't just hold from $8, $15 down to $5 and not want to sell. If you're going to sell, you're going to fucking sell. If this thing starts to move, and if you're holding it from $8, you may be actually adding. So you might be adding to your bag, averaging down. This thing went down so much without a relief rally. So that was my guess. That was my thesis for this. And based upon what I understand in the past, and it kicked my butt because I always thought, hey, man, there's no way this thing could go up. You know, so a combination of that, I realized, dude, this thing could be very explosive. Let's take a look at what it did. So let's go back, drill down even more to like the 1 month. So I'm drilling down where it could potentially run to. I want to see what the cap is, right? And so we talked about the 750 line pre-market, guys, pre-market. How did I come upon this line? Very simple here. I pulled up, I started zooming. All I do is this, guys. I'm going from 1 year and keep drilling it down until I see something that shows me a line. So that's why I call it a line, okay? I call it a line because it's visually a line. It's like where the ceiling is. Where the roof. So a ceiling, I can call it like the ceiling of your house. Take a look upstairs. That's the ceiling. So I'm trying to look for that ceiling. So I keep zooming down from a year, you know. So if I zoom down to 6 months, $8. It seems pretty obvious, $8. But I'm like, dude, the stock was like $6. How can it go up $2? It can, and it did. It's doing it right now. You see what I'm saying? So the ultimate ceiling is $8. I would want to short the shit out of this at $8. But before it hits $8, there's a bunch of lines within the lines, right, guys? So you go from month to month into trying to find clues as to where the lines are. You can use better charting. I'm just using this as a quick reference. So I drilled all the way down to 1 month. And there's where I saw the 750 right here. If you look very carefully, this is what I saw 750. There's lines all over the place. Don't get me wrong, dude. There's lines all over the place. But this bar here, this candle bar, or this bar, whatever you want to call it, it hit at 750. And then from there, see, it went down and it tried to bounce to 750s. And then it went down. All these could have been a resistance line. But I'm just looking for some clue. And hey, man, you call it luck, you call it whatever, but it worked out. 750 was the line. And so all I did was this, guys. Let me pull up what I did. I actually annotated this, which I rarely do, but let me bring this up for you. If you go into my Twitter, actually I did an annotation for this. And that's all I did. Remember in the chat, I was like, I'm long this stock, guys. I'm long in this stock. Well, you can short it if you want. You know, there's a remember the 610 line, guys? After a blue 610, it went straight to 650. It's going from line to line. And these big numbers, these big price numbers, like bigger stocks, not like the $2, $1 stock, they like to go, in my opinion, like in 50-cent increments. So, I mean, it's nothing genius about it. You know, you could have figured out when it topped here, but I figured out on the chart itself. So that's why I was telling you guys in the room pre-market, 750 is the scale. If you're going to scale this son of a bitch, you better give yourself enough wiggle room, enough slippage, enough whatever you want to call it, fudge factor, to be able to survive the move to 750. Those that start at $7 and go all in at $7 will not survive the move to 750. I anticipated this could go 750, but I also had FOMO. So I started scaling at 7. But I did it very small, like 1,000 shares at a time, guys. And by the time 750 hit, boom, I'm loading up. So I made money going long. Let me show you. Oh, shit, look at this. See, it's going from line to line, man. I have an open order at 787 to sell when I bought the 750 break. So 750 broke, I went long. So let me show you that. It's set up to show you this thing. This is just crazy stuff. All right, let's go here. What is this? Here it comes, man. So this is what I did. Remember, all I'm doing is shorting 747 line, guys. See that? I'm not genius. I'm just keep doing it until it breaks. Until the channel breaks, I'm going to keep playing the same thing that made me money. Once it broke, I stopped out and I went long. So long at 756, 757. Now I'm selling at 7. Watch, you're going to see it pop here soon. Let me see. I was 787. It hit 786. Yeah, you said, man, son of a bitch. I was 787. It went to 786 and stopped. Let's see if it goes up here and you'll see it. I don't have that much. I have small, just to show you guys education-wise. If I didn't do daily recap, I'd be all over this thing long at 750. But you see how it goes from line to line, guys? How did you have an order at the break? Manual, dude, I fucking hit it. When a sucker went up, I was like, oh, fuck. I put an order out. So what happens is it spikes up and then it spikes back down. So let me show you what it looks like. So let's go back to the one-day chart. Once it broke, it dipped down a little bit, and that's when I bought it. Here's 787. See that, guys? How sick is that, right? I just made 31 cents. Yeah, the meeting is Zoom is still on. Someone help give the link, please, to the room. So all it's doing is going line to line. So in the morning, I'm buying as much as I can down here, guys. Every time it went down, I'm using the 580 and the 560 line to add. You see that? All morning, I started buying long. Now, shit, dude, I'm gonna short this. $8 line, $8 line. There's nothing genius about this. This is just basically using intuition and using my charts to figure out that, hey, man, this sucker went from $12 down to $4. This is the first day of the relief rally it came. And so I'm taking a chance and I'm buying this because I'm seeing them buy it. So I'm buying as much as I can. At the moment 6 broke, now you're just going from line to line, guys. So 6 to 650 to $7 to 750. So I'm just basically all I'm doing now is once it's confirmed that it's a bullish trend, I'm just buying every single washout and selling all the big flops. So I'm recycling my shares. I'm holding core and I'm recycling shares. I'm just dumping all the way up. You see that? And then when 7 hits, I reverse because that 750 was a big resistance line. So I'm scaling all the way to the 750 line. And when back down, I covered all the way down to 680. You see that? I did the same thing for the second move. Usually it survives 2, the third or fourth, it will break. So I didn't do much here. See, it went up, I covered. Then I went, I covered here too. And then now I went long here. And I just dumped it for education-wise up here. So now I'm waiting for the $8 line to short. I mean, this is pretty, to me, it was straightforward. The difficulty is this. It's up so much. It closed at 458. Now it's at $6. How can it go more? 650, 750. So, and then also the filing. You see the 75 million effective shelf 4 months ago. So that was the fear. People are like, dude, they're diluting. But I'm like, I don't think they're diluting. They sold this sucker from $12 for 4 months all the way down. So that was the trick, in my opinion, if there had to be a trick or an edge, right? The edge was my thesis that they're done selling. People were stuck upside down. Now they're buying to average up. They saw good news and they're finally like, dude, I'm stuck from $10, $8, whatever. I'm buying this shit. And remember, 33% of the float is short. So it was just all that combined. That was the edge. Any questions, guys? So basically, remember, trading, like I keep saying, you have to look at the big picture. You have to paint the picture, okay, and figure out what's going on in this stock. If you don't understand what's going on in the stock, you can't really trade it. Oops, let me see what this other stock is. BTAI. I shorted this thing too. So yeah, so the big picture I'm thinking is this, dude, this stock has been pressed down from $12 for 4 months. 33% float is short. News is crap. Effective shelf, 75 million. People are thinking it's short. So they're shorting this, thinking it's a pig. It is a pig, guys. But you know what, man? Pigs fly. Pigs do fly. And so that's all I did. I was like, dude, there's so many people short upside down. Everyone probably thinking it was a pig. Everyone's shorting. So, boom. There we go, dude. This is the first time that Y has been moved in so long. And so that's why I jumped all over the long. So basically all I did once it started moving was use my lines. Over 6. So I always told myself, remember in the room, I keep saying, where is the over under? The over under, I call that the over under is basically the back side, the front side. The line that determines whether or not you're in the back side or the front side. The line that determines whether or not you're bullish trending or bearish trending. So each time it goes up, I reevaluate what the over under line is. So now I started to move my over under line. See, now it's 650 over here. Now it's $7. Remember I said $7 all the time? And I wanted a zombie move, but I was like, the zombie was the $7 move. It went from $7.47 to $7. That's a huge, big thing. So that was the zombie play right there, the 7 line. You buy that 7 line, it's going to crack up during the zombie. So it did zombie up. It was a harder one to do because the volume was just consistent. It was really no clue. And it's actually, this is actually what I call conforming to a chart. It's actually very easy, actually, if you think about it. The stock is very easy to play. All you're doing is just going from line to line, man. Just do not fight the trend. If you fight the trend, you're screwed. The only time that you can do it is at the big resistance area. So let's take a look at what the resistance. Let's drill it now into the chart and see what we actually see. Where is that? Okay. I'm going to go back in here and show you. It doesn't take that much effort to draw these lines, guys. You know, this is a very simple concept. I dummied down for you guys. This, in my opinion, will take care of most of the situations. Of course, there would be better indicators, but this is as simple as you can get. $850, dude. You could go $850 now. See what I'm saying? So you always have to look at the top potential. So shit, dude, you never know. So if you want to scale this, better make damn sure it's like you save your bullets for another 50 cents. It's not going to just stop at $8. It could 850 is the true one, actually. If you take a look at this, 850 is the true one. See, 850, draw a line. That's the true one. That is the real. But when we were at $6, I'm like, it has to go from line to line, right, guys? So it's not just going to go straight to 850. It's gonna do this, and who knows where it's gonna go right now. You just have to be very careful. Right now, the zombie hour, and this is all. If you're long, this is all bonus money for you guys. So you guys should be scaling out if you're long. If you're short, don't go all in at $8. Save your bullets for $850, and that's how I've been surviving shorting this stuff. I never go all in this stuff. I give myself a max size. Now I'm playing with the house money. I'm still very small size. If I short, I'll short 1,000 at a time, you know. So 1,000 at a time from $8 to $850. I mean, that's not every 10 cents. That's nothing, you know. I'd still be good, you know. So during the zombie hour, you don't want to give back the money. I mean, like the front of the move, the beginning of the day was the easy money. Now is the harder money. For long, you don't know when this is going to die off. Because it's already went way overextended to the 850. 850 hits, in my opinion, many of the longs will start selling. $8 line, many of the longs I've been upside down for the past year may sell. But who knows what's going to do tomorrow? There's still a lot of guys over $10. So, but I'm just doing it from a intraday, day trader point of view. If you're swinging this, it's completely different. That's a different ballgame. I'm just looking at this from a day trading point of view. So the key, once again, to determine what was, I realized I don't think they were diluting. They sold their big effective shelf already. And they were 33% short squeeze, you know? And so those coupled with that gave me the confidence to basically just keep riding this thing long all the way up to my lines. And then around the 10:30, I realized, hey man, it's gonna give one big push down before they zombie again. Because that's a wash. You can't keep going on forever, right? It's gonna wash, and when it washes down, it's gonna wash down to a support line. Now it's up to you to determine where the support line is. And so that's the experience and the nuances that you know, each person has a different line. So you go from line to line, and once again, you know, I'm showing you how I determine the lines. You know, each person has their own what better lines to do than you can do it. So, but my key is it helps you a lot because now you can avoid the noise in between the line. Everything else is just noise between $7 and $7.50. So you need to scale around the $7.50 and then scale back out and cover around the $7 or long the 7 and start selling around the $7.50, right? And then once $7.50 breaks, like I showed you. Well, I shorted 787. Oops, just nibbles. I'm going to do one at 797 and then wait for 850. You know, just taking a few stabs at it. And if it goes back down to, let's say here, I'll cover on the 770 line. Let me put that in just for fun. I'm just scalping around, you know, just small size at the resistance area. So this is all bonus money for me. There we go. Come back down to the 770 line. Who knows what it's going to do? It's very, you know, here we go. See, let me see. Let's see if I feel this sucker. Remember, you don't want to chase this shit, dude. If you miss it, you miss it. You wait for the next cycle to come. So that's why the lines are important, because the lines help you determine where to get in. And if you miss it, just fucking wait for the next line to hit. You don't want to be stuck in the mid cycle, right? You don't want to be stuck trading around the noise, I call it. So this system I developed, it helps you curb FOMO as well. Just wait for your lines, man. Just go from line to line, and then you can scale in. You don't have to put one big order at the support, one big order at the resistance. I usually scale in around those areas. And then, like I was telling Alex, it's now also the liquidity. You have to understand how much this thing ranges, how much you can range up and down. That's how you can scale. So some stocks don't range that much, so you scale. The range is tiny, so you don't put your orders out in a big range. So this stock, I mean, dude, it ranges like 40 cents, and so if you're in the ballpark of that, you'll be okay. You make money. So I tend to curb on the side of error, meaning like I don't go big size right away. I like to just nibble, because over the average it'll be okay, because this thing ranges so much. As long as you're in that channel, you make money. Any questions on this? So this is the thing. You ride it as much as you can alongside until you hit a big resistance. And when you hit the big resistance, you can switch biases if you want. So at the 750, you see the 750 here, guys? I was shorting all the time, 747, see? Take a look at my prints. I'm showing you my prints now, right? 747, I'm always shorting, and I'm covering all the way down to 719. I'm scaling out from 747, scaling all the way down to 719. That's nice money right there. I didn't go long. I should have went long, but fuck, who knows, right? So then when I hit back 747 again, I did the same thing, but this time it broke. Notice I didn't scale from 720, 730, 740. Look at what, guys? Here, let's see if it's going to film me. Come on. Son of a bitch. I'm a 7.7, by the way. I'm 770. That sucker's just sitting there. See that? Bitch. Sitting there. Fucking, don't film me. There. Wait, where is it? Oh, crap. Where's my order? I think I put the wrong fucking account. I had to train with 3 accounts. I put the wrong one. Oh, wait, it did cover. What happened? Hold on, guys. There's a error here. Oh, what the hell? Missing an order. Okay. Shit, never shorted. Oh, it was I did the wrong account. All right, let me show you this account. I'm trading with too many accounts. I have 3 because the reason I have 3 is because each one is a different clearing firm, and each one's going to give me different locates. So I did it on this account. This account was actually a damn perfect trade. I shorted this thing at 740 and covered at $7, 40-cent move right here. That was the order right here. Shorted at 787. Covered at 770. Going from, look at this, dude. Fucking bounce off the 70. You see how crazy this line thing is? You don't have to be a genius, dude. Just look at where the major line of support is. Look at that. 787 covered 770. Now it's 784 again. Once it's gone past a certain a support, like once it's gone up so much, it's hard for me to go long. So in the beginning, it's easier for me to go long. So I was long all the way. So let's go back to other accounts. So this is pretty cool, right, guys? Let's go back to the other account. The other account is So the other count in the morning, I was just long all the way, man, because it's easy. It's the beginning of the move. But once it reaches the major resistance areas, it's very hard for me to go long. So now at the $8 line, it's a big resistance again. I would want to go short. I would want to wait now for, I'm looking at the time. It's still zombieing time. If this is closer to 2 o'clock, I wouldn't mind like scaling in more aggressively. It's still working. It's still doing its thing. Who knows where it's going to go? So 750 it needs to support this area here, in my opinion, which is 760 line. Otherwise, dude. So the peak of here. So remember, the resistance on the way up, 750 is the resistance. On the way down, 750 now becomes the support. So the 750 is the same number, except if you're coming down, it's the support. If you're going up, is the resistance. So 750 now is the line that you need to hold. If it breaks under, you can start scaling on every pop-up to short. So you're going from line to line. And now if it's under 750, the next potential line is $7. $7, in my opinion, have to hold. This is the ultimate over or under now, because it's been holding at $7 all this time. If it's under $7, it's game over. So let me put some orders out. I wouldn't mind to short this thing at the same thing, but you have to be very small because it's still playing its games. Still playing its games, guys. Any questions on what? Then we're going to move on to another stock. Watt conform to the chart, and that's why I'm able to predict this stuff. Look, it's going down now, so I hit the top. It conforms to a chart. There are stocks that do not conform to a chart, and those are the ones that you need to fucking avoid. It's just fucking scary, dude. You don't know what the hell it's gonna do, right? So, oh crap, BTAI. Like this son of a bitch here. It's zombing all the way up. It may go back to $5 line. Remember, this is easy to borrow too. This is the scary part. When stocks like this son of a bitch is easy to borrow, you better worry out. Better be worried. It's zombing way too much. Okay, so that handles that. Plug I determined was a short, but it never popped up. So I wanted a short around the 145 line, but it never came up. So I never got a short on that. How did I determine that was a short? Once again, let's take a look at this. Went to the BAM SEC once again. I looked at plug. Once I go in plug, I see it's a recent effective, 11/23. The other one was on August. This one's pretty new. 21 million shares of this son of a bitch. Going back to the big charts. See, I wanted a short around the 150. Well, ultimately, if it goes to 175, I'm sized in. It never made it. It never made it off the starting blocks. What can you do, right? So that's how I determined a plug this morning was a short and what was a long. I had some freebie. I didn't even know I was. The funny thing is like, so NBEV. Is it NBEV? Let me show you some of the stuff I did. Show my other stocks I traded. NBEV, I just didn't do anything. So if you take a look at NBEV, let's go back to NBEV. Let's get rid of plug. NBEV, all I did was I just shorted the same area I shorted yesterday. The 5 around this line, 535, whatever it is up here. I just put out my fantasy orders and it just scaled in. It's hit. No big deal. I scaled out. You know, it's slow enough where I just did it. I don't care. It's like a bonus money, you know. And then you look at ADIL. I didn't hold long enough because this. I mean, I made my money and I moved on. ADIL, the chart is now like. All I did was I used the 650 line like we said in the chat room, and I left it alone. I was trading Watt. I didn't watch it. Fuck. Now I went all the way back down here, but. This is not easy, man. The volume's too low. I was like, I made my money. I'm like, should I hold it with a zombie up? You know, I should have, could have, would have, but I looked at the volume. I was like, this volume is just too little for me. I just got out. And there we go. That's pretty much the day, man. Once again, you don't need to nail every single trade. You make the meat of the move. You make the easy money. You know, as a day trader, your job is to make the most money you can, but the easiest way you can with the least amount of risk. Remember, guys? So the key here is the least amount of risk. Make the easy money, high probability money, and you know you don't need to capture this entire move, guys. That's the secret. Don't capture the entire move. It's very difficult to capture the entire move. You take the meat of the move, and you know, and you do it over and over every single day. You make your money and you leave. That's it. You know, that's what you do. Any questions, guys? When you scale a line, do you like majority of your orders to be below the line or some above? I do below and above because it may not reach 750, so I do 747. That's how I get to 747. Here's a lot again. I just scaled in a little bit a Watt, 797. I'm saving it for the 850 line. So let's see if 850 hits. Yeah, I gotta be careful, man. This thing could zombie at 850 too. 850. Saving a lot of the buying a lot of the power bullets I have for 850 line, guys. Any questions? So yeah, so when I scale in, I'm doing some below the line and above the line. Nibble, man. The first entry should be a nibble, a very small nibble. You rather err on this side of caution. There we go. See that, dude? It's going to go to 850 now, dude. If you're scaling in, be very careful, man. Go small until the, you know. Let's see how it reacts to the $8 line. Any questions, guys? Because there's always a fudge factor. So if I say 750 line, it may go to 752 and come back down. So you always have to give that little fudge factor. Once again, these lines, I mean, no one's telling these stocks to like obey these lines, right? They're just based upon what happened in the past. And each iteration is going to be a little different. It's not going to be exact, but it's going to be similar at the best, right? At the best, it's going to be similar. That's how you can predict some of this stuff. So like 750 never quite hit both of the times, right? Barely hit. Now this thing might run to 850. Let's see. If it runs to 850, it's good. Now we know that we can start sizing in at 850. I even have my orders out at 850. Come to me. Come to Papa. Any questions, guys? Well, short and sweet daily recap. But now you said how I traded Watt. The key is to determine that it was a long in the morning, and then determine your lines. Now it's just overextended in my opinion, so it's hard for me to go long. Now I'm just stopping on the short side. So this needs to be held once again. The 770 is where the 770 needs to hold. That was where I covered, remember? So now this sucker is just killing people now. But we are okay. I'm just 850. Any questions, guys? Remember, once again, man, it's like you're entering a very difficult time frame where the trades are very difficult now, guys. Do the easy money. If you're under the PDT, just forget the zombie type, unless you want to nibble on some longs and stuff. But you see how it is, man. It's just wacky. It gets overly extended. The range is huge because the volume is reduced. So that's what happens during the zombie hour. The zombie hour basically is volume dies down, liquidity dies down, the spread happens. Now there's like a 2-cent spread. You never see a 2-cent spread on what? Now you have 2-cent spreads all day. You see what I'm saying, guys? So the spread is widening, and so they're able to move the stock more easily. It's not a 1-cent spread anymore. It's a 2-cent spread. So you have to watch all these kind of information. Any questions, guys? I'll let you guys get back to trading. I know I want to get back to this sucker to try and nail it some. The key with this is there's a huge range, man. When it dies, it's gonna plummet like 20 cents. So you have to give it a lot of range. And when it moves, man, it just moves on air. So you can't just have one big order at one price and pray. Unless you really want to wait, the best way to do it is just wait at 850. Like we did at 750. If you really want, fuck the scaling, dude. Just wait for that 750. Now I want to wait for 850. You know what I'm saying? Scaling is just going to fucking kill you unless you have a bigger bankroll. Just wait. And you can scale around the 850. You can do 847, and save some bullets for 857. That's how I would do it, So if you want to scale this, you can do 847 and 857. And that will get you around the 850 line. Any more questions on this? Well, I will end the daily recap, guys. I hope you guys enjoy that and get back to trading. And good luck. 850, here we come. What? Thanks, guys.